Final concept for the first text. Do not swing for the fences, okay? Your goal in a first text is not to get her out on the date in one text. It's to get her out on the date eventually, but your goal for the first text is just to establish positive communication. That is it, okay? Remember social capital, all right? So here's the deal. If you ask for some little thing that you have enough social capital for, it'll probably be fine. If you ask for nothing and just offer value, it'll definitely be fine. If you ask for a big thing and you don't have the social capital, the interaction might be completely dead. So when you swing for the fences, when you try and get her out on a date on the first text, there's a very high risk that you're just going to completely kill it, okay? And understand this. Every girl that with you saying, hey, let's go on a date right now, will just say, yes, let's go on that date. Every single one of those, if instead you just establish a communication and asked her on the date 3 texts later or 2 texts later, the girls that said yes to the first text, assuming you did well in between with the other text, will say yes on text number 3. So you're not losing any by slowing it down a little bit, being more conversational, more positive. But there's a vast number that you will lose by going too fast, okay? So understand it's about getting things started in a positive direction. And look, if you send some cool, fun, conversational thing and she was ready to say, hey, let's make plans on the first text, a lot of times she may even get back to you and be like, haha, that's amazing. When are you free to hang out? And she may ask you out. So even in that context where you could have gotten her out on that first text, how much better is it that you get her out with her asking you out in that particular case, okay? So the idea is here, don't overspend your social capital. Don't swing for the fences. Instead, trying to get her out on a date in 1 text, get her out on a date in 4 texts on your terms and without losing a lot of girls along the way. Okay? That's what you're going to be thinking, right? Don't try and do too much. In fact, with every text, you want to be doing something with every text, either building social capital or moving things forward, but don't try and do too much. Don't overstep. It's much easier to send a bad text that ruins things than it is to send that great text that's amazing. Okay? So if in doubt, do 80% as much with the text rather than 120% as much. Because 120% could kill the interaction. 80%, maybe you end up spending 1 or 2 more texts to get her out, but you will get her out on that date anyway.